Good morning, Southern. It's really good to be with you on this summer series, the little mini devotions we've got going on. And today, as we stand with 2020 almost at our backs, and as we look forward to 2021, it's probably more, important, or we need a full stop on 2020 more than ever before, that need to start afresh. And so with that in mind, and with all that strangeness in mind, it's worth thinking about the in-betweens. So Fleming Rutledge, when she talks about Advent actually, says that the in-between, between Christ coming and Christ coming again, is also this in-between time. And she says we stand in a dark place in this in-between. There's no question about it, she says. But all the faculties of the faithful are strained towards the watchman who stands on the heights with his face to the dawn. And I really like that image. It's that sense of saying, it's not that we've got this big marker between 2020 and 2021, because we don't. One day ends and the next day rolls on. We know we can't be putting our full hope in vaccines or economic recovery or relationships improving or mental health getting better. Those things aren't necessarily going to change when we flip over to the 1st of January. But what we can do is strain towards understanding who Jesus is and what this in-between for us looks like. Remember a few weeks ago we looked at John chapter 1 and verse 5, and it said, "The light shines in the darkness and the darkness has not overcome it." And if your year, the 2020 year, felt dark, we need to keep looking for that light, acknowledging that light is very much there. And we need to talk to Jesus, we need to trust him, and we need to allow his light to make a way in our dark circumstances. I was thinking about Corrie ten Boom. Some of you will know that name immediately and others will go, what the? So Corrie ten Boom was a Dutch lady who was a watchmaker, apparently one of the first female watchmakers in Europe. Her family had a shop in the Netherlands, and then they lived upstairs from that shop. And she was a single lady, a young lady at the time when World War II started. And what happened was that her family, in all their faith, in all their understanding of who Jesus is, decided that they would protect Jewish people, local Jewish people. So that was a very dangerous thing to do. And what they did was they built a false wall in Corrie's upstairs bedroom. And so when they could see soldiers roaming the streets doing their checks on anyone who might be hiding a Jewish person, the shop downstairs would press a buzzer, and the people upstairs, the Jewish people, had 1 minute to silently make their way to Corrie's room and stand behind this false wall. They had to stand completely still and completely quiet. So you can imagine what these war years were like for Corrie and for all the people who were coming in and out of their doors. Eventually they did get found out, and Corrie and her sister ended up in a concentration camp, which you can only imagine how that is described in her book called The Hiding Place. Her sister ended up dying in that concentration camp. The Hiding Place is a really apt name, isn't it? It's got this dual play on words, because Psalm 32 says to us, "You are my hiding place." And these Jewish people found a hiding place in the ten Boom home. And in all of the circumstances that Corrie ten Boom found herself in, before the war, during the war, and then of course trying to come to terms with all that had happened after the war, she had a lot of forgiving to do, she had a lot of working out to do. And I want to read one phrase from her, and it's a phrase that would seem really trite, probably coming from anybody else. But not from her, not given her circumstances, not given the concentration camps, the hiding of Jews, not given the lengths she went to serve her God. She says, and let this deeply encourage us as we head into 2021, never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. May that be our experience as we finish off these last few days of December and head into 2021. We don't know what it holds, but we can get to know in a deeper and richer way a loving God who does know the future. So God bless you as we finish off this year, and in a few days' time, Happy New Year.